Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Monday to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. Today we are in Game 6 of our Minnesota Timberwolves Road to the NBA Finals Series for the semifinals. And if we win today's episode, the Clippers are out and we either face off against the Phoenix Suns or the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm thinking the Los Angeles Lakers for the Western Conference Finals. And now, as you can see, Toronto has made the Eastern Conference Finals. Depending on who will make it, it will either be the New York Knicks or the Milwaukee Bucks that will advance on to the Eastern Conference. So we'll see you guys at tip-off. Alright, so this is Game 6. We have a D-plus home court advantage, but if we win this episode, we eliminate the Clippers, and we advance on to the Western Conference Finals. So now, Patrick Beverley passes this off to Marcus Morris Sr., and he loses the basketball. Karl Anthony Towns makes that steal happen for the Minnesota T-Wolves. He gets that in for 2 points, so it's now 2-0 here in Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, not far from Mall of America, which is in Bloomington, Minnesota, which used to be home of the Minnesota Vikings from 1961 to 1981, and now is covered by Nickelodeon Universe. So that stadium's now gone, no longer exists, and it's on the Mall of America, but the home plate of where the Minnesota Twins used to play is, I think, at Nickelodeon Universe. It's an amusement park based on all Nickelodeon TV shows. Never been there, but it would sound pretty fun. So Clippers lead this one 4-2. D'Angelo Russell has possession of the basketball, so looks like he's gonna drill a three from behind the arc. That's gonna count for the Wolves. Leonard passing it off to Beverley, so Patrick Beverley loses that basketball. Russell picks it up, so Karl Anthony Towns there, he's going to get 2 points. There is a foul. It's on Patrick Beverley. It's a shooting foul, so Karl Anthony Towns will go to the free-throw line there, and he will make it splash, and it's now going to be 8-4 T-Wolves. So Kawhi Leonard gets that in for 2. Anthony Edwards passing this off to Jared Vanderbilt. So Vanderbilt, he is going to get that in for 2 points. So it's now 10-6. So 1.8 points per game, 80% and field goals throughout this playoffs. And we're going to take a small break. All right, now Paul George passes it to Serge Ibaka, who won the 2019 NBA Finals championship with Toronto. 4 steals. I mean, we've been hustling on this court for the T-Wolves. This is why the T-Wolves are that #1 hustling team on this channel. So I decided they haven't really made a finals. They've never made the finals nor won the finals. And they almost made the finals back in 2004 when Kevin Garnett was the star player for the T-Wolves. But then they got knocked out in the Western Conference Finals by the Los Angeles Lakers with Karl Malone and Kobe Bryant. It was also Shaq's final season with the Lakers before going to Miami in July or August of that year. So there is a shooting foul. Karl Anthony Towns will go to the free-throw line. He is going to get that in. So it's now 21-16, 41 seconds to go in this one. So they're going to pass it off to Paul George. Does that nice spin move, passing it off to Reggie Jackson. So the Clippers are really good at shooting threes. So that's why we're trailing by 2, because the Clippers, they don't want to give up. So Malik Beasley drills a 3. So it's now 24-19. Clippers trailing by 5 points. So there's only about 24 seconds left. Almost nearly what's left on the shot clock. So Zubac, he is gonna... There is a traveling violation, so let's see here. He didn't use his legs to get up to the rim there, so that's why they call it traveling. When you hold the ball there, it hasn't been dribbled, so that's why they call it a traveling violation, and it will go to the other team. So Karl Anthony Towns, his release was excellent there, gets it in for 2. 6.5 seconds to go. We will see you guys in the second quarter. Alright, Karl-Anthony Towns, 20 points, 12 in the paint there, so I did skip the first 30 seconds just to save on time on my camera. Malik Beasley picks up the steal there for the Minnesota Timberwolves, so he's going to get that in, and it's now 32-23. 7 turnovers, and we've had 14 points on the Clippers turnovers in this game. And it's been multiplying by 2, as you guys just saw. 7 times 2 does equal to 14. And now it's going to be their 8th, which I multiplied that by 2. And it's now going to be 16 to 8 times 2 does equal to 16. 9 times 2 does equal to 18. So Reggie Jackson gets that in there. And it's now 34-25. The T-Wolves are leading by 9 points. So D-Russ, he's going to drill a 3. And it's now 37-25. So we are leading this by 12 now. Luke Kennard passing it off to Reggie Jackson. So Reggie Jackson, there is a block there. So it's now 37-27. So Karl-Anthony Towns passing this off to Jared Vanderbilt. I'm going to pass it off to Anthony Edwards, and he dunks it in for the T-Wolves, so it's now 39-27. So the T-Wolves are off to a red-hot start. So there was a traveling violation towards the end of the first quarter, which I did forget to tell you guys this. I think was the first time in our 2K Road to the NBA Finals, I think for any team, because this is the first franchise I've done, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and it's now 24-7. The Clippers do, in fact, take that timeout. Alright, now we're back at it. So D'Angelo Russell passing this off to Ricky Rubio, who is in his second stint with the team. He did spend time with the Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns. Now he's with Cleveland, the Cavaliers. So Patrick Beverley, he's going to pass that off to Nick Batum. He gets that in there for 2 points. So it's now 43-34. So Russell passing this off to Karl-Anthony Towns, the Edison, New Jersey native. So he makes that layup happen, drives it in for 2 points. So it's now 26 points for Karl-Anthony Towns, 12 for 13 in field goals, believe it or not. Patrick Beverley passing it off to Jackson, Reggie Jackson. So he's going to pass it to Leonard. I think Jackson will pick up that assist there. So I'm going to pass this off to Karl-Anthony Towns. He gets that in for 2 points. So it's now 47-37. So 39 seconds left. So Kawhi Leonard has possession of the basketball. And there is a foul. Alright, now we got some Josh Okogie ready to play some basketball. T-Wolves ball, it gets blocked. Clippers recover. Marcus Morris Sr., I think the identical twin brother of Markieff Morris, who used to play for the LA Lakers, won that championship. And there's another blocking frenzy. So Josh Okogie did pick up that offensive rebound. We'll see you guys in the second half. Alright, it is now 49-39, beginning of the second half here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Karl-Anthony Towns gets that in there, so it's now 51-39. So the T-Wolves are leading this by 12. So Patrick Beverley, it looks like that he is going to cross it over, passing it to Leonard. And he drills that 3. Patrick Beverley will pick up that assist for the Los Angeles Clippers. So I'm going to pass it, intercepted off to Serge Ibaka. And now Paul George gets that in. So if I use intercept a lot in these videos, meaning passing it off to the other team, kind of connecting to our Madden NFL relocation videos, which I will do in Madden 22. Karl-Anthony Towns, 32 points and 10 from mid-range today. And this is funny, because this is funny how, like, this is the most that he's ever gotten. He usually gets like 2, maybe 6, 4 mid-range shots, at least 7. So 20 points in the paint there. So yeah, it's funny thing is, he has more points in the paint than he does mid-range wise. So Paul George gets fouled, so 36 points. It will be 37 when he gets that. 5 steals on the day for Karl-Anthony Towns. Look at this is how well of a defensive player he really is. So Patrick Beverley passing it off to DeMarcus Cousins, former Sacramento Kings and Golden State Warriors player. And he's going to pass this off to Josh Okogie. So Okogie, he's going to get that in for 2 points. So it's now 60-48. So we're leading this by 12, 100% in field goals for the Clippers, while the Minnesota Timberwolves have a 90%. That's not bad. Ivica Zubac makes that dunk happen for the LA Clippers. He's a pretty decent blocker, as you can see here throughout this episode. Leonard drilling a 3. He likes to drill threes. He's kind of like his teammate Paul George. I mean, within the last few episodes of this Road to the NBA Finals TWolves series, Paul George of the Clippers has really done a lot. I mean, Kawhi Leonard 11 points, leading scorer. Karl-Anthony Towns with 39. So that's something to see there. I mean, that's something that we don't get to see, that we see a whole lot of. So Malik Beasley, there's a foul there. It's on the Clippers, reach-in foul, or shooting foul, or whatever. Can't be reach-in, but I meant to say shooting fouls. So Malik Beasley gets that in. We're going to take a 30-second break. All right, so now this is towards the end of the third quarter, about 40-some seconds left. Karl-Anthony Towns, he's going to shoot it in from mid-range. He gets that one in, so it's now 69-60. So 39 seconds to go. Reggie Jackson has possession. He's going to pass it off to DeMarcus Cousins. Gets that in there. Now it's 69-62. So T-Wolves are leading this by 7. So we got some Malik Beasley. He is going to step in front of the arc. So he gets that in for 2 points. So it's now a 9-point lead for the T-Wolves. So the T-Wolves, if they lead this scoring, they are going to likely win. So Malik Beasley passes it to Karl-Anthony Towns there. If Karl-Anthony Towns scores, that will be an assist for Beasley. And we'll see you guys in the fourth quarter. Alright, here is the State Farm assist of the game coming right up. D'Angelo Russell passing this off to Karl-Anthony Towns. Gets that in there for 2 points, but that was a shooting foul made by the Clippers, so he got an extra point off of that one. So it's now 75-62. So with the T-Wolves leading by 13, now it's going to be 11. But I'm going to pass this off to Karl-Anthony Towns. So Karl-Anthony Towns drills a 3. And this will be his first three-pointer of the game. It's kind of funny how he scored his first 47 without shooting a 3. And now he scores his first 3. And it's going to be a 50-pointer. And it's now 50 points on a KAT. So Karl-Anthony Towns is going to do another 3. And it's now going to be an 81-67 lead. So the Clippers trailing by 14. They don't want to be eliminated. And if they get eliminated, they're out of the playoffs. So we advance. Only 2 teams can make it to the Western Conference Finals. And only 1 team can make the finals. So only 1 team can win it. Also, kind of feels like NCAA college athletes going into pros, which is 1%, believe it or not. Very few actually make it. So foul there. Karl-Anthony Towns gets a 3 throw there. So it's now 84-70. Paul George loses a basketball. And it is, I think, they pick it back up, the Clippers. So fast break points is 20. So we are those fast break team. We are one of the best fast break pointers, or I like to be a fast break player when it comes to basketball, just because you get to make steals and awesome dunks out of it. So Patrick Beverley drills a 2-pointer. We're going to take a 1-minute break. All right, your player of the game is Karl-Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So he did a lot of great plays today throughout this game, and it's now 93 to 76. So this has been a really close one. So 1:21 to go in the fourth. Passing this off to D'Angelo Russell, drills at 3, and it's going to be 96 to 78. All right, the game is over. The Minnesota Timberwolves will advance on to the Western Conference Finals, and we're facing off against the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know if we're going to be at Target Center for Game 1 or if we're going to be at the Staples Center for Game 1, but I'll explain the numbers here in just quite a bit. So, Karl-Anthony Towns, 62 points, 5 steals, 4 dunks on the day for that guy right there, player of the game. Malik Beasley, 14 points, 2 assists, 3 steals on the day. D'Angelo Russell, 11 points, 9 assists, 2 steals on the day. Ricky Rubio, 7 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. So that's something anticipating to see. Marcus Morris Sr., 12 points, 1 rebound on the day. Reggie Jackson, 12 points, 6 assists. Patrick Beverley had 11 points, 5 assists on the day. Kawhi Leonard, 11 points, 2 assists, 1 block. And that's something impressive to see. So we'll see you guys in the Western Conference Finals, Game 1.